This is Rock and Roll English. Real people, real English. Here's your host, Martin Johnston.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Rock and Roll English. Episode number 269, baby. Oh yeah, and today we have an absolute belting episode. A nice term there, a belting episode, a fantastic episode with substitute Sabrina, the citizen of the world. She is back and we talk about neighbours, okay? The people that live next door to you or very near. Why? Because I live in a new house now. I have new neighbours and everything on this podcast, let's face it, is connected to my life in some way, isn't it? Everything is just about normal everyday life here on Rock and Roll English. The type of things that you talk about every day with normal people. I am a normal person, more or less. But before we start, I have a quick announcement. Membership to the Rock and Roll English family, which, remember, is the membership area of the podcast, was supposed to open today, but I'm actually opening it on Wednesday, okay? Because I just need to do a couple more things to make sure the whole process is very smooth and perfect. And there have been a lot of changes in the family area recently. There is a new platform with lots of lessons, pronunciation lessons, vocabulary lessons, an actual C1 and C2 vocabulary course, podcast lessons, etc., etc. And there is also the possibility for you to record podcasts, send them to me, and get my feedback on your speaking. There are also now nearly 900 episodes. The last time I looked, there were 885. Now, just think about that for a minute. There are 885 episodes of Rock and Roll English you have not listened to. And lots more things that will help you improve your English. So go to rockandrollenglish.com/family to check it out. Just have a look. But you'll be hearing more about that in the next couple of weeks as it opens on Wednesday and will be open for 2 whole weeks. Anyway, that's enough of that. Here is the conversation with substitute Sabrina. I will talk to you all again at the end. Happy listening. Substitute Sabrina, how are you today?
Hello, I'm doing good, thanks. And yourself?
Okay, it came. I was just waiting for that next part, but it arrived. Yes, I'm always fantastic. Thanks. Always fantastic. Even though your American accent has ruined my morning a little bit, still fantastic.
I don't want to answer how I would like to answer because it will be kind of vulgar, even though this is rock and roll English. But anyway, whatever.
I mean, that's just the prime example of whatever. Just doesn't stop, does it? It's just that ringing, almost like an alarm clock in my ear.
Get used to it.
Very nice. Nice vocabulary as well. Get used to it. Okay, so how do we usually start the show, substitute Sabrina?
Let me remember. Yes, we start with your reviews.
And do you think we have a review?
Of course you have reviews, right?
I mean, you sounded very confident there. The answer is yes, but I wouldn't say of course because it's not a given. So it's not always. In fact, this is the last one I think I have. So listeners, please get busy and send another review. And this review is from a Rock and Roll English family member who also does one-to-one lessons with me. All-round wonderful person, and now she has left me a 5-star review on iTunes, so I couldn't love her anymore. And it says the number one, and then goes on to say, learning English while having fun is not a dream but reality. Listening to this podcast has given me the incentive to commit to studying. Thanks to Martin and all his friends for keeping me company every day with their funny real-life stories. Monia. So thank you very, very much for that, Monia. Number one.
That's
so you were
spectacular, that?
Spectacular, absolutely. You were kind of included there as well, substitute Sabrina, Martin and his friends. Okay. So you got a mention. So on to today's show, substitute Sabrina. Okay. So as you know, I've moved to a I was going to say new area, but actually new country, okay? Well, not so new. I have lived in this country before, but a new place. And I live in a street now in England, very traditional Victorian houses. Everyone kind of knows each other. There's a strong community on this particular street, which is a bit strange for me because you actually have to talk to your neighbours, okay?
You have to be friendly.
And this is kind of a whole new experience for me. So I thought we could talk about how to be a good neighbour, okay?
Sounds good.
So I've got some different points here, as usual, and we're going to discuss each of these. So you can give me your experience. You've also... you're a citizen of the world. You've lived in different countries, in Ireland, in the US, in Italy. So give me some of your experience as well, okay? So Number one, simple, saying hello. Do you always say hello to neighbours?
Definitely. If my next door neighbors or anybody in the building, it's common courtesy to say hello, good morning, good afternoon.
So what you just said there is a very important thing, something I've noticed since I've come back to England. I did mention this very briefly on a podcast recently. You said, for example, good morning, good afternoon. Everyone here just says morning, evening, and I think, have you not even got the decency to put good in front of that? You're just stating a fact. That's like saying road or car. That you just add the word good. It's not that much effort. Are you so busy that you can't say good morning instead of just morning? Well,
that's, the way you Brits speak, like, are you all right kind of thing.
So in the US, do they add the good then?
If I remember, yes, it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
In fact, when I was in America, when they say, have a nice day, or sometimes they even say, have a wonderful day. And I must admit, that annoys me. That's too much.
Why? Why does it annoy you? It's a wonderful way to tell somebody, have a good day.
Well, in reality, what I think is happening is the person who is working there has to do that for their job, because if they get caught not doing that, then they will have a problem. And I really think that person's really saying in their head to me, fuck off, you piece of shit. I never want to see you again.
That could be true because customer service is like a big, big deal in the US.
Right. I thought you were going to say that could be true, that they're saying, fuck off, I never want to see you again.
That too.
But just to me, I thought this was going, it could be true because you are an annoying person. So that's probably what most people say when they talk to you.
Yeah. No, but it's true. It's part of customer service. You have to say it.
You have to say it, exactly. But yeah, like I said here, this morning thing is very strange. It's like saying happy birthday without the happy. It's just saying birthday. It's a very, very strange thing. But I also do it now because this is what everyone else does. We try to mirror people. So they say morning, I say morning. And there's a park very near me. And when I go for a walk there sometimes in the morning, sometimes I go at like 6 o'clock in the morning and everyone says morning. I think it's just like the common respect between the early risers. They kind of think this person has got some discipline. He's woken up early.
Too early to speak, so only one word could come out, morning.
But maybe that's it, actually. Maybe we have cracked it. So maybe we've finally understood. Yeah. Okay, so moving to the next one is have a party. So maybe a moving in party. Have you ever done this? Or just had a party, invited your neighbours?
No, that absolutely never with neighbors. You have like a housewarming party with friends, but not with your neighbors.
It's controversial though. Do you not invite the neighbors?
No.
I mean, because they know you're having a party. If anyone knows you're having a party, it's the neighbors.
No. The only thing I do remember when I was a kid, we had moved from Miami to West Palm Beach, and in the new house, the neighbors brought over a cake, like a welcoming cake.
Wow. And was it a nice cake? Do you remember that?
Oh, shit. I don't remember the type of cake. I mean, it was like, like a plum cake or something. But it was to introduce themselves and say, welcome to the, the neighborhood.
Oh, that is so nice, isn't it? And then you had a party and then you didn't invite them after they brought you a cake. I mean, what kind of terrible people are you?
No, we didn't have a party when I was a kid. I had a party when I moved into my own place in Miami. But right. I didn't invite my neighbors, no.
But did anyone bring you a cake?
No. Drinks.
Right. Okay. Just drinks. Yeah. I actually once, when I was living with Boom Boom actually in London, and we rented a house, and then we were having a housewarming party. So we went to the neighbour and just told them like there might be some noise on Saturday night. We're having a party, and yeah, the plan wasn't to invite them. And then we knocked on the door, and this gorgeous girl answered, who was about the same age as us, and then we were like, having a party, obviously you're invited. Obviously she didn't come, but she must have been busy that night. That's all I can think. Not sure why she didn't come, but yeah, so I had a party, invited the neighbours, they didn't come, so that's finished for me.
Okay.
So next one on the list, an interesting one. It's like when you do favours for neighbours. Okay, so one of them here is water their plants. Have you ever done this?
Yes. I've done it, and I've asked also neighbours to do it.
Really? Wow. And how did that go? Because I was asked once when I was living in Palermo.
Right.
My landlady, actually, she lived in like the same building as me, and she said to me, "Can you water the plants whilst I'm away?"
Right.
And I was like, yeah, that's fine. And then once the morning arrived, the big day for me to put water on the plants, I kind of thought, I don't know how to do this. Like I thought, how much water do I need to put? Because I don't want to drown them.
Did you kill her plant?
You can give them too much, can't you?
Of
and then
course.
you can drown them. So when obviously too much water, and I was thinking, I don't want to kill her plants. Like, she loves these plants. She's out here every day, and I was panicking, and then I had to call her and say, like, how much water? It was so stressful. If anyone ever asks me to water plants again, I'll just tell them to fuck off.
Well, the thing is you have to love plants too. So if you love plants and you know how to water them, then it's a good deal. If not, forget about it. Don't say yes.
I mean, yeah, it was her fault asking me. It's her fault all her flowers died because
you killed them all.
But it was her fault for asking an idiot like me. What the hell was she thinking? But so you've asked neighbours to water your plants, and were the plants in a good state when you got back?
Yeah, they were fine because I knew they had plants too, so they knew how to handle it. But I've come up with a new plan that now when I go away, I bought these things on Amazon where you just put the bottle in the plant and it gives like a little drip of water. So
right.
I don't need to call anybody.
No need to disturb the neighbours.
Yep.
Although just one quick thing I picked up on there, so I noticed. Where did you buy
On
that?
Amazon.
I thought you're
Okay,
against
I am
Amazon.
against. Wow, good memory.
So you are against Amazon except when there's something really useful to buy, yeah?
I buy as less as possible that I can, but
Right.
there are times I have to admit where I buy things because I need it. But Amazon now, in New York that they won the union, so they're getting a little better.
Right, so that's why. Okay, right. Understood.
Damn, good memory.
Oh, yes. I think I've got something on Amazon. In fact, yeah, let's go straight to that, actually. Mm-hmm. So Amazon as well, like parcels come. So just the other day, someone knocked on the door and said, can you take this parcel for next door? So it wasn't something I had ordered from Amazon, because I'm a good citizen and I don't buy things from Amazon.
Yeah,
okay?
right.
No, I buy a lot of shit off
I know
Amazon.
You do.
And I must admit, I think it's just a reflection of my sad life. When the parcel arrives of the book or something, it's definitely the best part of the day. The doorbell goes. I'm like a dog, like jumping up and down. Oh,
your tail is wagging.
Exactly. And then I run over there. But so this particular day, the doorbell went, and I thought, oh, I'm not expecting anything from Amazon, because you get the email to say it's arriving today. I thought, what's this? And they said, can you take this parcel for next door? So you can't say no, can you? You can't say no, fuck next door.
Right.
So you say yes, and then what happens next? They come round when you're like basically in your pants, and it.
You mean in your underwear?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
All right.
Yeah, that's why I said pants, because that's the English word.
Yeah,
okay?
pants. Okay, whatever.
But yeah, and so it's just hassle, isn't it? But again, you can't say no. So what do you do in that situation?
You help out your neighbor. You take the package, and what I do, because it happens in my building, if they call me for my neighbor, I'll pick up the package, send the neighbor a message, and say, okay, pick it up at this time. I give them the time.
Right. Okay. That's good to warn them that you're coming around.
I could be busy,
Yeah, exactly. In more ways than one.
Exactly.
But I think that's the thing. I haven't got to the level of asking for phone numbers of the neighbours yet.
Oh, we have a WhatsApp group in my building.
Right. Okay. And how is that? Is that one of those annoying groups that you kind of think, I wish I wasn't in this group?
Yeah, because, everything is on there. Everything.
I can imagine. Yeah. I think there probably is a WhatsApp group down this street, but have not been invited yet. So that's something to dream about. Okay. You can only dream. So this one, something we've kind of already covered, taking food round to your neighbours. You make some extra, it's like too much food, maybe make some pizza. This is what I've done with Mrs. RnR. Do you take it round to your neighbours?
No.
Okay.
I only cook for me and Mr. Substitute. No.
Right. Okay. Because when we have done this in the past, because again, just what wonderful people we are. In fact, it was Mrs. RnR's idea. I had no intention of doing this, but the problem is you have the problem with the plate. Like you give them the you can't take the food round in your hands and just say eat this, or like in a plastic bag. So you have to give them a plate. And then they have to come back and give you the plate. So all of these things, it's just a lot of hassle.
You have to hope that they will bring you the plate back, because not everybody will bring the plate back.
I mean, if you're stealing plates, that's the lowest of the low, isn't it? You can't be stealing plates. It's
a matter of forgetting. I have this extra plate in my house.
Yeah, but then when you see the plate, especially as it's only a neighbour, it's not so far to go. Give the plate back. Right. But again, you have the problem of just turning up, knocking on the door when the neighbours might be busy. Okay, they could be doing different things.
Different things, yeah.
Absolutely. So another one here is a street party, or like a building party, I suppose. Have you ever been to one of these?
When I was a kid in New York is famous for block parties. I don't know if they do them anymore, but a block party was like the whole block was blocked off, and it was everybody brought their tables out, food out, music, dancing, playing with the fire hydrant, the water coming out, all the kids in the fire hydrant.
So the thing to put out a fire.
Yeah.
So as if there's a fire, and
yeah.
But then what if there is a fire? Then you haven't got anything left.
Well, you hope there is no fire during a block party. But I'll show you some pictures later on. They open the fire hydrant and the water comes out.
Right. But then if there's no more water, and then there is it's kind of like that thing of the boy who cried wolf. You know that story where he said wolf, wolf,
right.
Or there is no wolf. And then he shouted wolf and there was a wolf. That's kind of, I think, what was happening in your street party.
Well, in the 70s and 80s, I don't think there was that problem. But yeah.
No fires.
No fires.
Fire didn't exist then. Fire's only a new thing, isn't it?
Right.
Sure. And so, talking of street parties, we got an invite through the door the other day. And so I heard the letterbox, like something came in, thought, what was that? Went and checked, an invite from a neighbour about a street party here on the 4th of June, I think it is. And it's for the Queen's Jubilee.
Oh, wow. Just your cup of tea.
So it's kind of like you with Amazon here. It goes against my morals. And so, I don't want to be the person there saying I don't like the monarchy and everything connected.
Fuck the Queen.
Yeah, because they're all going to be loving it. But at the same time, I want to go to be sociable. What do you do?
Well, you have to go because this probably is going to be her last one anyway. So just go and be social, mix in.
Yeah, such a ray of sunshine you are, Substitute Sabrina. It's going to be our last one. She's going to die soon, isn't she?
Well, it's true. Come on.
Who knows? She could keep going for a long time. Yeah. But like I said, I don't dislike her. She seems like a nice person. It's the system I don't like. And I don't want to be part of that. I don't want to be celebrating that. But at the same time, I don't want to be seen as the unsociable one. Everyone will be out having fun. Even Mrs. RnR, baby RnR, all playing in the street, and I'll be sitting
with
in the
your
dark.
Little flags waving.
I actually thought it would be a good excuse to just do some like promotion. If I bring the rock and roll English flag, then I could sort of do some kind of like business promotion.
What are you going to teach English to your English neighbors? What are you talking about?
They're not all English, okay? Some of them aren't. Most of them are, I must admit, and the ones that aren't have lived here for about 40 years and speak English better than me. They might know someone that knows someone.
Very true.
Okay,
very true.
You never know. Okay, so another favour that you might do for neighbours is taking care of an animal, taking their dog for a walk, for example. This was on the website. Have you ever done this?
I didn't do it for a neighbor. I did it for a friend where, I had the dog for the weekend. But no, not for a neighbor. I love animals. So for me, it's a plus. I know for sure you would not do that.
Well, you know what? When I saw this on the website, my immediate reaction was I almost laughed, and I thought like I would laugh at a neighbor. But then I actually thought in detail about how I would react, because people kind of get offended when I say, like, I don't like dogs. Like, if someone has a dog, the people that have dogs love dogs, don't they? And they love those dogs like almost their children.
Right.
So, but then when I say I don't like dogs, it's like me saying almost like I don't like babies. Like, I don't like...
So that's true. You anti-dog.
People don't like it at all. Like I said, especially those that have got dogs. So if I get another knock on the door and someone says, "Can you take care of my dog?" I'll just have to say, "No, I'm moving." I would actually probably just move house to
a nice big pit bull.
Yeah, exactly. Just to avoid that, I think I would actually move house, because what can you do? Like I said, I can't say I don't like dogs, especially your dog that's like barking and making noise and fucking annoying me.
You need some dog therapy, Martin. You need to get a dog and get some therapy. Come on.
I will think about that. Okay. But it's been a pleasure talking to you about how to become a great neighbour. You've given me lots of great advice here. For example, do you feed your neighbours? Do you give them food? No. Just a straight no. Maybe that's what I need to do for the dog. Just a straight no. No reason. Just, can you take care of my dog? No. Close the door.
You could always say, you're allergic to dogs or something.
That's a good one, actually. That is a good one. Okay, so I have actually learned something.
Right.
Excellent. So thanks as always for your time, Substitute Sabrina.
My pleasure.
We'll see you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so there we have it, the podcast with Substitute Sabrina about neighbours. Now, I didn't really highlight any or much vocabulary because sometimes it is difficult. It kind of interrupts the flow of the conversation. So I've noted the things here and now we can talk about them. So at the beginning, Substitute Sabrina said about her accent, get used to it. A lovely term, like get familiar with it, okay? For example, I am now getting used to life in England again. I am becoming familiar with it. I also mentioned how reviews are not a given, okay? So a given is like a established fact, let's say. For example, if you book a hotel, you don't need to ask, will there be a bed? It's a given, of course. And speaking of reviews, remember, please send me some so I have something to read next week. I mentioned about the person that left the review, Monia. She is an all-round wonderful person. Now this term, all-round great person, all-round wonderful person in every aspect. And it is actually true about Monia in particular. Substitute Sabrina said how saying hello in the morning or just saying hello at any time of the day is common courtesy. So if something is common courtesy, it is polite. I then said how people do not even have the decency to say good morning. So the decency is behaviour that's accepted, let's say. So we can even say he did something wrong, but at least he had the decency to apologise. We spoke about getting caught, about the employees in America that say, have a wonderful day, if they get caught not saying that. So when you get caught, it's when someone finds out you are doing something you shouldn't be doing, okay? We spoke about early risers as well. When I go to the park, I am an early riser. Very simple, someone that wakes up early in the morning. And we investigated why people don't say good morning, and substitute Sabrina mentioned how maybe it's too early in the morning to say 2 words, so just 1 word. And I said, okay, yes, we have cracked it. When you say we've cracked it, it's like we've finally understood. It comes from cracking the code. When you want to open a safe with lots of money in, it has a code and you need to crack the code. But it can be used in other situations like, oh, we've cracked it. Now we know why. We spoke about a moving in party or a housewarming party, both the same thing. Then when substitute Sabrina was talking, I said that I picked up on something about her position, let's say, with Amazon. So when you pick up on something, you notice it. One other, let's say, interesting, if you are a nerd like me, it's interesting, piece of vocabulary is about the doorbell. Okay, so the doorbell, obviously when someone arrives at your house, they ring the doorbell. Notice how we said the doorbell goes. So I said the doorbell goes, I answer the door, or I said that particular day the doorbell went. Okay, it's a strange one. For alarms, we use go off. The alarm goes off, or the alarm went off. But for doorbells, we say goes. It goes. Why do we say that? I have no idea. We spoke about tails wagging. So dogs have tails, obviously. When they're excited, the tail moves from left to right. How do you say it? It wags. The tail wags. Another very, very common piece of vocabulary is come round. The neighbours come round. So if you use this term, come round, it means come to my house, okay? And nothing else. Come round. Another nice piece of vocabulary is when I said, that's the thing. I don't have my neighbours' phone numbers. So that's the thing. We use to, let's say, introduce an important fact or reason, like in this situation. And another nice term at the end, I said they might know someone that knows someone. My neighbours might know someone that knows someone. A common term we often use. So that's it for today. There is some interesting RnR grammar that I am going to discuss on the show notes. So make sure you go to rockandrollenglish.com/episode 269 to see that. Remember to check out the Rock and Roll English family as well, rockandrollenglish.com/family. I will talk to you all very soon, but in the meantime, just keep on rocking, baby.
Thanks so much for listening to Rock and Roll English. For more great content and to stay up to date, visit rockandrollenglish.com and facebook.com/rockandrollenglish. We'll catch you next time.